Hi, this is Steven Schaefer, and we're in my closet, and now we are coming out of the closet. So, we have a question from a Mr. Soon Walker. Mr. Soon Walker says, Hi, I posted this on your AMA on Reddit a while back, and I was thinking you might be able to provide some insight. This trip is a few days away for me. I'm gonna go on a trek 430 miles from city to another city in about a week and a half. I'm just bringing a backpack with some equipment and not much else. What recommendations can you give me as far as sleeping outside? I have a tent, but I'm not sure what I'll do if I have to sleep in an urban area or something like that. Now, since we covered sleeping outside, not in urban areas, on our one of our last videos, I think it's called like how to find a place to sleep or something like that. We will not be covering that today. I'll recommend you go watch that one because I think there's some good information in there, and that'll answer 90% of this question. But we're going to touch on briefly. We're going to touch on briefly the question about urban sleeping. So I think that's very important since you're probably not just going to want to be going to little podunk towns. Now, my recommendations are 1, to find water, 2, to ask people, and 3, to get out of town. The first one that I would usually do is to ask people. Pardon me. I know I did those in the wrong order just a second ago, but the first thing I would do is ask people. I would go around and find people who look like they were travelers or look like they may be homeless or just people that seem like they might know for whatever reason. Ask, are there any woodsy areas around here? Like I did this in Berkeley, and I found that there was a really cool hill that I could climb, and I climbed all the way to the top that night, and I got to see San Francisco, Berkeley, everything. It was just gorgeous. So I would just ask, do you know if there's any woodsy areas around here? And a lot of times that'll do ya. And then the second thing I would do is try to find, try to get out of town. So if you can, if it's possible, try to see if the city that you're in, if you're able to walk out of it just a little bit, because when you start getting into the outskirts of towns, you start finding like places that are unowned more frequently. When you're in downtown areas, it's not like that. So I would highly recommend like going out and trying to find like places outside of the city, in the outskirts, that are not nearly as heavily populated. You're going to be much more likely to find the kinds of spots that I showed you. I'm living on the outskirts of Austin right now. If you could take a bus, that works fine too. But as you could see, that was a perfectly fine spot, and you're not going to have good luck in downtown city anywhere, although you can. I just usually tried not to. I have had a couple times where I slept on the streets, so-called, and it's just not very fun. You don't get a good night's sleep and you get bothered a lot, and it's just not very pleasant. I would only recommend doing that if you're in a group of people. But anyway, that's a whole another shebang. Now, if that doesn't work, you can't leave town easily. One thing that I've done is I've gone and I've found bodies of water. If you find a body of water, a lake, a river, whatever, follow it in one of the directions, whichever direction seems like it's going to get less populated as you go down, and seems the nicest too. And you know, in bodies of water, there's oftentimes patches that are not really like businesses or people who are particularly like no parks, and just kind of patches that that aren't particularly maintained or owned, and those are perfect spots, kind of like in the video before. So find a body of water and just keep following it if the other options don't work out. And yeah, mostly you're just gonna have to figure it out on your own, but I hope that's some helpful advice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking a question. If you, the viewer, have a question that you'd like to get answered, feel free to go to the wonderful Ask a Question section on anywhereblog.net. Thank you so much for watching. This is an incredible journey, and if you are out there doing something awesome, whatever it is, I say that you are a fucking hero, and thank you very much. Keep doing it.